South Region quarterfinals. He's Alex Northcutt. I'm Logan Whaley. And Game 4 will feature two teams that have faced each other 3 times in the regular season in the Sunshine State Conference. You've got the Embry Riddle Lady Eagles out of Daytona Beach, Florida, as well as the Eckerd Tritons. And Alex, these two teams, no strangers to each other. This will be the 4th time they met. Embry Riddle holding the 2-1 advantage. So in this game, Alex, the Sunshine State Conference, we've already seen Florida Southern go down. We're going to see at least one SSC team in the semifinals. But Embry Riddle, Alex, a team that is young, a team that this is only their 4th year in existence. So what does Embry Riddle need to do to not get overwhelmed by this big moment?
Well, first off, to preview really just this matchup in general, you take a look at on paper, and both of these teams are almost identical to each other. Eckerd coming in 22-7 overall, 15-5 in SSC play. Embry Riddle 23-7, playing that extra game in the conference tournament, 15-5 in SSC play as well. Take a look at the shooting percentages. For field goal percentage for Eckerd, 44%. For Embry Riddle, 46%. They're almost mirror images of each other, the way they play, the same style. But for Embry Riddle, tonight, I think a key for them is to dictate the tempo. You got Eckerd that really likes to get out and shoot a lot. And the last time that these two matched up, Embry Riddle won that matchup 61-53 in the conference tournament, knocking Eckerd out, which was probably a big reason why Embry Riddle's coming into this tournament as the 4 seed. Another thing, too, is the Lady Eagles really need to control the paint. You take a look on the flip side at Eckerd, and the senior down low, or at least one of their guards, but she's a pretty big guard at 5'9", Casey Jude. She is averaging 12 a game, 8 boards a game. She's just all over the place for the Tritons. So Embry Riddle, I think, controlling the paint, dictating the tempo of this game is going to be a big positive aspect for the Lady Eagles.
And you mentioned Jude there, a great player on this team, the SSC Defensive Player of the Year. She was also named to the All-SSC first team.
Right.
And so really, you look at the guard play, too. You got Jude, and for Embry Riddle, you've got Lauren Ellenberger coming off of a 13-point, 6-rebound, 6 assists, and 4 steal game against Florida Southern in the loss, named to the SSC All-Tournament team. So the guard play today for both of these teams has to be extremely important.
Yeah, it does. And you just look at both of these teams all across the board, and they really are just good teams. Yes, you can take a look at the stat, but you really can't just pinpoint just a dominant player for any team. Just like on Union's team, you had Chelsea Schumpert averaging 24 a game. It's pretty clear who their go-to player is. For both of these teams, we can kind of guess a little bit and look at the numbers. For Embry Riddle, Tara Fields leading the team with 15 points a game. She's going to get a lot of shot opportunities as well. But you take a look, too, at really just all across the board, as both of these teams are very good at moving the basketball and getting a lot of people open opportunities. They like to share the basketball as well. But just to take a look at, we can break down the numbers all day long, but this is the 4th time these two teams have played each other. You just take a look at the conference conference total, really, and Embry Riddle faced off against Florida Southern in the conference championship and just got destroyed. It wasn't even a close game. But you take a look at now, Florida Southern, they're already out of this tournament. So it really just is anybody's game. Both of these teams, they've seen each other. They just need to come out and just play their certain style and play their game plan.
And it is. And you look at the last game played between these two teams. It was in the SSC semifinal. Eckerd took the loss 61-53 in a game.
Sure.
And Embry Riddle shot 51% from the field, as well as they had 4 players in double figures. It was Sandstrom with 13, Ellenberger with 11, Fields and Ackerman with 10. But also they turned the ball over a lot, Alex, 22 turnovers. And as you mentioned in the guard play, it's important to take care of the basketball as well.
Yeah, that's just important. Doesn't matter what team you're talking about. That's just a guard play 101, if you will, is you've got to be able to control the basketball. Turnovers are going to be a big key. You take a look at Eckerd, They're averaging turning the ball over 16 times. They're forcing 16 turnovers a game. Embry Riddle just about the same. They're turning the ball over 16 times a game, creating 17 turnovers a game. So I think that really, I'm glad you pointed it out, because that's going to be a big key. Whichever team, going back to who can dictate the tempo, but whoever takes care of the basketball and limits turnovers, that's going to be a key component as to who comes out victorious in this game.
So you take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams. As well, you look at Eckerd, they're going to send Ada Yalchin, the senior out of Turkey, and then Yarden Danan the junior out of Israel. And then you've got Army Antila, the center out of Finland, Chelsea Johnson, the guard out of Orlando, Florida, and then Casey Juday, the senior out of Tipton, Indiana. That's a lineup for Eckerd. And then you go to Embry Riddle. They're going to send Lauren Ellenberger, the junior guard out of Granger, Indiana, out there making her 31st start of the season. And then you've got the senior forward Tara Fields named to the SSC all-tournament team. And then you also have Sigrid Sandstrom making her 27th start of the year, averaging 6 points a game. Sabrina Whiting, the senior guard, averaging 11 a game. And then you have Nicole Tucker, a freshman, 5'9" freshman, the freshman of the year in the SSC, averaging 10.5 a game. So that's how the lineups will shake out. And again, if you're just tuning in, you've missed 3 great games in this NCAA South Region Tournament. In the first game, Lee knocking off number 3 North Alabama 66-64 in what was a whale of a game. And then you have the second game with Valdosta State knocking off Florida Southern, the SSC champion. So it'll be an all-GSC semifinal game, as it will be Valdosta State and Lee. Embry Riddle and Eckerd set to play today in Union. The Lady Bulldogs knocking off Clark Atlanta 94-50. Union will play the winner of this game in the semifinal. So Northcutt,
yes,
what are your necessities for today's game?
My necessities are going to be move the basketball. Ball movement's going to be key, and I think both of these teams need to try to get out and shoot a lot. Both these teams, they're great from beyond the arc. They're a great field goal percentage shooting team. They just need to really dictate the tempo and play a good style of basketball.
And then you look now at, you mentioned three-point shooting. Embry Riddle shooting 37% from the field from long range. That is top 10 in Division II. And then you look at Eckerd. They hold opponents to 32% from long range. So indeed, quite the matchup to watch out for. It's Embry Riddle, the Lady Eagles, the Tritons of Eckerd. These two teams facing off for the 4th time this season. And now we're going to take it down to our PA announcer, Josh Simmons, who will have the preliminaries for tonight's game. Don't go anywhere. Tip-off is coming up soon.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2018 NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championship in Jackson, Tennessee. Tonight's quarterfinal round features the Embry Riddle Eagles and the Eckerd Tritons. The NCAA promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated in the grounds for removal. The NCAA has 3 traditions, but bad sportsmanship isn't one of them. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. Respect is the name of the game. Now let's meet our starting lineups in alternating fashion. First of all, at forward for Eckerd, number 5'10" junior for host Israel, number 12, Yarden Ganat. At forward for Embry Riddle, a 6-foot senior from Little Park, Florida, number 13, Tara Fields. At center for Eckerd, a 6'2" junior from Biddle, number 14, Army Antila. At forward for Embry Riddle, a 5'9" freshman from Marshall, Michigan, number 32, Nicole Tucker. At guard for Eckerd, a 5'8" senior from Turkey, number 5, Ada Decker. At guard for Embry Riddle, a 5'4" junior from South Bend, Indiana, number 4, Lauren Ellenberger. At guard for Eckerd, a 5'7" junior from Orlando, Florida, number 15, Chelsea Johnson. At guard for Embry Riddle, a 5'11" sophomore from Sweden, number 21, senior from Tippett, Indiana, number 32, Casey Jewett. And guard for Embry Riddle, a 5'7" senior from Tippett, Florida, number 22, Serena Whitney. Now introducing your coaches from the head coach of the Eckerd College, Paul Hutzenberg, and Embry Riddle, Lisa Wilson.
There you have it, the starting lineups for these two teams. Eckerd coached by Paul Wilson. It is a 12th season. 190 wins, 146 losses. And you got Lisa Wilson, her 4th season, 64-7 all-time record for Wilson. Embry Riddle and Eckerd, as I mentioned before, the 4th time these two teams met. The first time was back in January 6th. It was Embry Riddle coming away with a 59-55 victory. And then in Daytona Beach at Embry Riddle in February, 72-67, Eckerd coming away with a victory. And the most recent matchup in the SSC semifinals, it was Embry Riddle coming away with a 61-53 victory. It's the last game played for Eckerd. Eckerd's been in the South Region tournament before. In fact, they hosted last year in the semifinals. So here we go. It's Fields. It's Ansema. And we're underway already. We got a foul. So we're going to get Lauren Ellenberger. So Ellenberger with the first foul. 2 seconds into this ball game. That's how we get underway. There we go. It's denied. Set to inbound it. For the Tritons. Go. It's Yalchin on top of the key, guarded by Ellenberger. On the drive is Tucker. Stopped. And a turnover. As coming away with that is Sandstrom. And here come the Lady Eagles the other way. This is Ellenberger, the junior. She's about 10 a game. Ellenberger on the cut and the finish. And that's how the scoring gets underway today.
Lauren Ellenberger, the junior from Granger, Indiana. Now, she's a shooter. Expect her to take some outside shots in this game. Coming into this game, shooting 45% from outside.
Johnson with a miss, and she'll pick up the foul. Foul piece for both of these teams. Bringing it into the ball game.
We saw a lot of shooting from Union last game. And this is going to be the matchup against the Lady Bulldogs tomorrow evening. I think getting out and really establishing an offensive presence, getting used to shooting in this gym for either of these teams is really going to help whoever wins this game facing off against the Lady Bulldogs tomorrow night.
Nice pass inside to Fields, but kicking it out. Now with 8 to shoot, here is Whiting for 3, no good. She'll get her own rebound. And it's a fresh 30 for the Lady Eagles. Inside to Fields. Fields kicking it out. Ellenberger from long range, no good. And the rebound will go to Johnson. Johnson working it up to Jude, and it's thrown away. And it will be Lady Eagle basketball.
Yeah, Eckerd trying to run and gun and push the ball up the floor really isn't their style of play. They can get out occasionally in transition, but you see right there, just some uncharacteristic turnovers.
Tipped. And it will stay with Embry Riddle. Now Embry Riddle early on seeing a lot of backdoor cuts, seeing a lot of screens. Eckerd plays a similar style, Princeton-type offense.
Yeah, that's one thing about both of these teams is you're going to see a lot of execution. They are a very disciplined group of ball players on both sides of the basketball.
Fields down low, no good, but she'll get fouled, and she'll head to the line to shoot 2. Now Tara Fields, her 30th start on the season. She had 27 points, 13 of 16 from the field against Florida Southern in the loss last game. A 66% free throw shooter. She'll go to the line. Missed the first one short. Fields in her last game against Eckerd had 10 points and 8 rebounds. She averages about 15 a game against the Tritons. 1 of 2 at the line. Goes Fields. It's 3-0 in favor of the Lady Eagles of Embry Riddle. So here's Yalchin up the court. 20 to shoot. Working it around the perimeter, now gets it inside to Jude. 32 against 32, and this time it's Embry Riddle's Tucker getting the better of the two. Tipped away, stolen by Fields. Driving the lane is Sandstrom, runs out of room. Now working it back around the perimeter are the Lady Eagles. Good defense by the Tritons. 3 by Sandstrom, nothing but the bottom of the net.
This team can light it up from deep if you let them. Eckerd needs to make a conscious effort to close out on outside shooters.
Eckerd looking for their first field goal. Right side, this is Jude. Cross court, taking a 3 is Yalchin, short. And Johnson will secure the offensive rebound. Now Johnson on the drive, goes up, no good. And Sandstrom will get the rebound. Ellenberger uses the screen. Now it's Yalchin on Ellenberger. Yalchin gets a steal. Eckerd still looking for their first field goal. We've played a little over 3 minutes.
And their best look is when they try to get it inside to Jude.
Good defense there, and it's stolen. That is Sandstrom, or excuse me, that is Tucker with a steal. Now Embry Riddle, another chance to extend this lead here. Working it inside to Fields, pump fake, off the glass, good.
And Eckerd in danger of letting this thing get out of hand early, and another turnover real quick.
Wow, off the rebound, tripped and fallen was Yalchin, and Tara Fields, another layup, give her 6.
And I'm surprised Coach Honsinger hasn't elected to go with a timeout. No momentum in his favor at all.
Coach Honsinger in his 12th season. No stranger to the playoffs. Jude on the drive. Long 3, tough shot, no good by Johnson. Fields with the rebound. Now Lady Eagles going the other way. 5.5 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Here's Whiting, now Ellenberger. 10 to shoot, 3 by Sandstrom, good. And now Coach Honsinger wants a timeout. It's all Embry Riddle to start off the first quarter. 13-0, Lady Eagles with a lead.
I'm Steve Beverly, welcoming you to the 2018 edition of the NCAA Women's Division II South Regionals. This year's event is on the beautiful campus of Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Jackson is a growing city on I-40 between Memphis and Nashville. On any given day, more than 100,000 people are employed here. It's a great venue and a wonderful city, and we hope you just sit back and enjoy the games.
There you see Coach Wilson in the huddle. Embry Riddle off to a fast 13-0 start. 5:18 remains here in this first quarter. And Alex, everything has been going right for the Lady Eagles so far.
Yeah, but weirdly enough, it's not like they're doing anything just out of the ordinary. They've moved the ball around, got everyone involved, hit some outside shots, gone inside, played good defense, gotten out in transition. I mean, just you take a look at everything that you think every category in the opening quarter of this game, and Embry Riddle has just done everything right. There's nothing really that they haven't. They've rebounded well, they've passed the ball well, they've scored well. Eckerd really just needs to calm down and really, honestly, just buckle down and get something going offensively.
So now our sideline reporter, Chloe Bitters, joins us now. Now, Chloe, Coach Honsinger in that huddle, what did he say to his girls to get them to calm down and start playing their game?
Logan, the coach said they need to slow it down on offense and they need to get to work inside and bring the ball into the square.
There you have it. It's a missed 3 there. Here come the Lady Eagles the other way. Working it around the perimeter. Here is a 3, no good by Tucker, and here is Yalchin the other way.
Well, and I agree. Eckerd's been relying too much on the outside shot, and they can score from outside, but when it's not falling, you have to resort to slowing it down and getting easy buckets inside.
A tough shot by Jude falls short. Now here come the Lady Eagles the other way. That was Ashley McWilliams, number 23, just checking in for the Lady Eagles, the senior out of Tampa. 5 to shoot. Here is Tucker. Out to Fields, have to force one up. No good. And the rebound goes to Denon. We're going to get a foul off the ball. They're going to call it on Sandstrom.
And the set is pretty much almost the same for Eckerd coming down. As you look, you're going to see Jude start at the top of the key, and they're going to look to screen her down to the low right block and get her a look. And in my opinion, I completely agree with it. You just got to get Jude sealed down low. She just needs to see one go through the rim at this point, Logan.
Jude coming off of a 3-point performance, but don't let those 3 points fool you. She had 5 boards, 3 steals, and a couple of blocks versus Embry Riddle in her last game. She has the ball, left elbow. Zoe Richards checking in, thought about it, drives and draws the foul. Are they going to count the basket? They will. They're going to get Morgan Ackerman with a foul.
Good strong take. I mean, taking it right on. Richards using her length to get to the cup and finish with some contact.
Richards, the 6'2 sophomore out of New Zealand, is good on the free throw, and Eckerd finally on the board. 3-point play, and it's a 10-point game. Working it around the perimeter is Embry Riddle. Nothing doing. Marissa Koopman with the ball. Now top of the key. McWilliams swings it to Ellenberger. 10 to shoot. And traveling with the basketball is Koopman.
I just think that Embry Riddle is moving the basketball extraordinarily well in this opening quarter, and that's what's been the key to their success. It's just their pace in the half-court game is just so much stronger than Eckerd right now.
Embry Riddle being patient with the basketball, taking a lot of smart shots. And back-to-back travels on back-to-back possessions, and it will be the Lady Eagles with the basketball. So checking back in, Sabrina Whiting. Whiting, the 4-year starter, at 11 points against Florida Southern in her last game. Whiting coming into the game with 1,088 points in her Lady Eagle career. On the drive is Tucker. Thought about it. Now kicks it back out to the perimeter. That one's tipped and will go out of bounds. We'll see what the call is. They're going to say it will stay with the Lady Eagles. So underneath is McWilliams. She gets it in with 11 to shoot now. McWilliams on the drive, stopped. Good defense by Jude. Nice pass. No good on the finish, though, was Whiting.
Everything was perfect about that play right there, except for the finish at the rim. Great cut, great find, but you got to finish that one.
And a turnover, Eckerd. Turnover number 6.
And at this point, in a game like this, when you've played each other, this is now the 4th time, it's all a mental game right now. You know exactly what the other team is capable of. They know what you're capable of. And so right now it's just a matter of buckling down and really just coming out and competing your own game plan. Don't worry about the other team. Play your style.
Whiting no good. On the other end with the ball on the left side is Yalchin. Inside, and it's going to be a charge as, a travel. Either way, going to be Lady Eagle basketball. Zoe Richards walking with the basketball.
Turnover starting to pile up for Eckerd. And really, this is an atrocious start to the game according to Eckerd Triton standard. This is not normally something that they deal with.
It's been the Murphy's Law quarter, if you will. If anything had the potential to go wrong in this first quarter, it has. He's now going to the line to shoot two will be Nicole Tucker. So Eckerd 1 of 9 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3. 7 turnovers. Now at the line will be Tucker, a 63% free throw shooter. Hits the first. And Tara Fields will check back in for Morgan Ackerman. Second of 2, good. Tucker checks out. Sandstrom will check in. Sandstrom, the 5'11" sophomore out of Sweden, has hit a couple of threes, a couple of assists. Only had 4 points in her last game. So it's Eckerd basketball here. Here's Johnson on the drive, dishes it. Nice ball movement. Now it's Wide-Eye on the drive. The pull-up J, good.
Finally got a jumper to go. And good job recognizing that she had the open three, pump faking and driving for the easier 2.
Eckerd switching to his own look here on the drive. Is Sandstrom kicking it out to McWilliams. Taking a 3 is Koopman, and the bank is open.
And again, that's how you beat a zone, specifically if you're going to try to shoot them out of it. Quick ball movement, drive and penetrate, make the defense collapse, easy kick out.
Nice backdoor cut and a nice pass, but ultimately the finish is no good by Johnson. Under 40 seconds remaining here in this first quarter of play, and it's a turnover. Eckerd with it the other way. Pass, here's Wide-Eye left corner. Taking a 3 is Jude. The Rainbow finds the pot of gold.
And the timing could not come better. That was a much-needed three-point basket, not just for Jude, but for Eckerd as a whole.
And a nice give and go there, but no good is McWilliams. And it'll go out of bounds off of Yalchin. So 17 seconds left. Embry Riddle perhaps will hold for 1 here if they can get it inbound. So Army Antela will check in for Richards. And set to inbound is Ellenberger. Gets it into Sandstrom. Now Ellenberger gets it. They'll set up here with 11 to go. 3 by Tucker. Good. A huge 3 by Tucker. And that will be the end of the first quarter as the heave is no good. Embry Riddle with a very solid performance in the opening quarter. They lead 21-8. So that's a score at the end of 1. We'll be right back with more NCAA South Region quarterfinal action after this.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay. Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Back here at the Fred DeLay Gym, a tight one. Well, tight 2 games we saw. These last 2 games, Alex, I mean, seen pretty much a one-sided performance, and here in this first quarter, it's been all Embry Riddle, 21-8. And honestly, Alex, if anything could have gone wrong for Eckerd in that first quarter, it did.
Yeah, and it could have been worse, really, if Jude had not hit that three-point jumper at the very end of the quarter. But really what boils down to a huge factor that doesn't really go into the X's and O's is the depth. And you take a look at Embry Riddle, and they just have way more depth than Eckerd. And you can see it early on as they're subbing girls in and out and just really pushing the tempo, moving the basketball. And right now they just seem to be a step ahead of Eckerd.
So now Daniel Potts, our sideline reporter, joins us. And Daniel, Coach Wilson, got to be pleased with what she saw in that first quarter.
She was very pleased with what she saw in the first quarter. But what she still wants to see more of is more communication. She said they're in the places they need to be, but they need to be talking to each other.
So there you have it. 21-8 the score. It's Eagle ball here to begin the second quarter.
Communication never hurts anyone. Coming from a communications major myself.
It's a very important skill to have in today's society.
Definitely is.
As the layup is good there. 23-8 now the score. On the drive is Yalchin, dishes it back out. And a nice cut, nice pass, unable to finish.
That just sums up really the first quarter and how Eckerd has been playing. That's multiple times they've gotten inside and just haven't been able to convert on easy layups.
They get the turnover here as it is Hansela with the tip. Now the other way, here's Yalchin. Tipped, nearly stolen. Getting it inside to Jude. Good defense, unable to finish. Now here's Ellenberger the other way. Ellenberger on the drive, and a wild pass there, stolen by Allison Abbott.
Trying to get a little fancy down low was Ellenberger. Very close to pulling off the dipsy-do, if you will.
So top of the key, it will be Antela. On the drive is Jude. She picks up her dribble, close to 5 seconds there, but gets it back out to Yalchin. 4 to shoot. And it's going to be a shot clock violation. I don't know, that's a close call there, but either way, going to be Eagle basketball.
And another thing too, you just take a look at, for instance, the scoring column and how balanced it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Lady Eagles already in the scoring column. Their leading scorer is Sandstrom with 6 points. And that's the definition of a good team, is no one's trying out here just to do it all. There's not one go-to player. It's everybody contributing and helping out the unit as a whole.
So Sandstrom right corner. Now Ellenberger to her left. On the drive, switch by Eckerd, good defense. And Sandstrom forces one up, no good. And the rebound will go to Wide-Eye. Yalchin cross court, 3 by Dickerson. Nothing but the bottom of the net. A huge 3 there by Eckerd. Pulls them to within 12.
And Dickerson coming off the bench, a 39% three-point shooter. They're going to need some production outside.
The response no good. And they're going to get Dallas Dickerson with a foul.
And really, as long as Eckerd just stays in this game, you don't want a repeat of the last game that you just saw as Union blew out Clark Atlanta. And as long as Eckerd can just hang around, some familiar things will start to flow. And Eckerd could work back into this game, but they've got to stop that individual right there. Tara Fields can really light it up, and she's a mismatch pretty much wherever she goes. She can go inside and outside.
Fields with 7 after the shot from the right elbow. So it's a 14-point game on the drive now. And scoring is Abby Wide-Eye. Wide-Eye, the freshman out of Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. Sandstrom on the drive. Can't finish, but she'll head to the line to shoot 2. That'll be a foul on Dickerson. That'll be her second. And Sandstrom will go to the line to shoot 2. Leading the team in free throw percentage. Hits the first. Shooting 84% from the foul line.
And if I'm correct, I don't think, yes, she has. Sandstrom's only missed 1 shot in the game. She's 2 of 2 from outside. Ironically, great free throw shooter, but she's only a 28% three-point shooter. But it's March, so throw
March.
it all out the window.
Yes. Stats, records.
Everything. Get rid of it.
These teams,
welcome to the tournament.
These teams might as well be 0-0 on the season. Nice defense there by the Eagles. Now on the drive. Dishing back out. And the long 3, no good. That was Yalchin with a miss. Rebound goes to Ackerman. So now here are the Eagles looking to extend their 14-point lead. On the drive is Sandstrom. Left hand off the glass, a thing of beauty.
Tell you, Sandstrom has come to play tonight. She's all over the place, offensively, defensively.
Now Eckerd looking to respond. Only 5 of 17 from the field. 29%. An easy look down low, no good. Now here's Embry Riddle again. Thought about it, was Whiting. And forced the pass down low as Tucker, stolen away. Here's Denon, now left side Dickerson. Denon top of the key, bottoms. The 3 by Denon pulls the Tritons to within 13. Coach Wilson will take a timeout. 29-16. Embry Riddle leading the Eckerd Tritons.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Back here at the Fred DeLay Gymnasium at the campus of Union University. Game 4 of 4 in today's NCAA South Region Tournament quarterfinals. Eckerd trailing 16-29 to Embry Riddle. There you see Coach Honsinger in the huddle and the opposing huddle as well. So Alex, 29-16. Eckerd with a huge 3 there before the timeout. What do they need to do to finish out the second quarter?
They really need to make a push in the second quarter, cut it within. I think it would be a good thing to get within 5 points of Embry Riddle, and it starts with creating more turnovers. That's one thing they really have done a good job of, is on the defensive side of the ball, they've created several turnovers. Now, the biggest thing about creating turnovers is you have to capitalize. And so if Eckerd can learn to, well, not really learn, but if they can discipline themselves to capitalize on those turnovers, then they've got a great shot at coming back in this game.
A 3 by Ellenberger puts the Eagles up 16. It's the largest lead of the game for the Eagles. Tritons looking to respond. And it's stolen away. Here's Whiting the other way, one-on-one. Going up with the right hand, good. A quick 5-0 run off the timeout. 18-point game. Denon getting it inside to Jude. Jude off the backboard, good. 34-18 now the score. Ellenberger top of the key. Whiting, trap, now gives it back out. Now top of the key. This is Tucker. The cut, the finish by Ashley McWilliams.
All 5 players on the floor for Embry Riddle see the floor very, very well. And you can see it when they play offense.
It's a team that averages a little over 16 assists per game. Definitely seeing the court well are these Eagles. Left corner three by Jude. Off the rim, no good. And Jude will pick up the foul. Again, a frustration foul by Casey Jude. Now 2 of 6 from the field. Leads her team with 5 points. Marissa Koopman checks back in for Ashley McWilliams.
And if you're Casey Jude, you got to be a little frustrated with yourself. Not off to the hottest start shooting the basketball, but she's just got to find ways to either get to the free throw line or just get some easy offensive stick backs. She's got to be the motor for the Tritons in this game. As she goes, the team goes.
On the drive is Whiting, pulls up, good. Sabrina Whiting, a senior out of Temple Terrace, Florida, 4-year starter, extending the lead. Now on the drive is Jude, kicks it out. Yelchin thought about it, now on the drive, left hand, no good. Now the other way, here's Whiting, right corner, Ackerman on the pull-up, no good. And Coach Hohensinger not happy with what he's seeing from his team. Only 18 points with 2:32 to go in the second. It's a 20-point game here at Union University's Fred DeLay Gymnasium. Embry Riddle up 38-18 here in the NCAA South Region quarterfinal.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
And back we are with NCAA South Region quarterfinal action. It's Embry Riddle up 38-18 over Eckerd. A 20-point lead, Alex, and Embry Riddle using some hot shooting in this first half to take the 20-point lead.
Yeah, I'll say Embry Riddle doing a good job of just getting open looks early on in this game. Eckerd starting to find a rhythm on offense, just unable to hit shots.
Another turnover for Eckerd there. Turnover number 10 in the half. And Lauren Ellenberger took a little tumble there.
All in good fun. A little tournament shove, if you will. I mean, come on. You have to think. The 4th time these two teams have seen each other. Some of these ladies even more so. I mean, you got to know that they're pretty familiar with each other on a personal level as well.
Embry Riddle turning it over there. And honestly, it's a competitive spirit.
It is.
Of this. The Sunshine State Conference. Very competitive conference. These two teams matching up for the 4th time. Very familiar with each other. Working it inside to Jude. Now right side, Johnson 3. Missed it left, and Fields gets the rebound. Coming down the stretch here in this first half, Embry Riddle with a 20-point lead, playing some solid defense. Inside to Fields, knocked away, and it's going to be a turnover. So they'll say, I guess they'll say Fields had the last touch on that.
Must have hit her leg or something down low.
Richards will check in for Ancilla.
We'll talk about another player that's really struggling in this game. Chelsea Johnson, so far 0 of 5 in this game. She comes in averaging right under 11 points a game. She's just not finding her rhythm early on. That'll help.
Count the basket for Zoe Richards. Excuse me, not Zoe Richards. That is Yarden Denon. Saw the 2, assumed it was 22. Instead, it's Denon going to the line to shoot one more. Give her 7 now. And at the line, this will be her first trip. 17 of 28 this season, 61%. Missed it short. And securing the rebound will be Whiting. 18-point game. They're going to say Whiting traveled with it.
Now, if you've been following today's events, you've seen how often that the referees like to trigger the old travel violation, specifically if you were keeping up with Florida Southern and Valdosta State. It was almost as if every other possession, someone hit the floor and traveled.
Loose ball secured by Denon. Now 13 to shoot. Top of the key. Now right side, shot clock winding down. Yalchin driving to her left, kicks it out. Johnson left corner three, short. And Ellenberger with a rebound, now a tie up. They're gonna get Yalchin with a foul. That'll be your first.
Still Johnson, 0 of 6, 0 of 3 from downtown.
This is uncharacteristic from the junior too. Coming off of a season high 20 points, 8 of 18 shooting against Embry Riddle in her last game.
Really, it's just uncharacteristic of this entire team. You don't normally see this team shoot this poorly.
Whiting with time, no good. Out of bounds, it will stay with Embry Riddle. The shot clock is dead. Now 24 seconds remain. Embry Riddle will hold for one. That is assuming they can get the ball inbound. Working in around the perimeter are the Eagles. Eagles a chance to go to the locker room up 20 or 21. Either way, they have all the momentum right now. Right corner three, short, and the rebound goes to Jude. 3 to shoot. Now on the drive, pulling up, no good, missing it long is Yarden Denon. And at the end of the first half, bit of a surprise considering how close these two teams have played each other in the past, but Embry Riddle up 18, 38 to 20 here at the end of the first half at the Fred DeLay Gymnasium. And Alex, cold shooting by Eckerd, 10 turnovers. Felt like if anything could have gone wrong in that first half, it did. But for Embry Riddle, 54% from the field, 5 of 11 from downtown, out-rebounding Eckerd by 8.
Yep, you said it, my friend. It's the shooting woes. That's the big story of the evening, as you got Eckerd, who's really not hitting the broadside of a barn, shooting 31% overall. And you've got Eckerd shooting a great 54%. And if they can continue to do that, there's no question that unless Eckerd just somehow develops a defensive scheme that just creates turnovers and creates havoc, which I don't see happening the way Embry Riddle is moving the basketball, Embry Riddle's in good shape. However, I don't expect them to stay shooting at this percentage, so it's going to drop, and that's when Eckerd really has to capitalize. Like I talked about, they're getting turnovers, they're just not capitalizing on the other end, and that's been the difference.
Yeah, I mean, 8 of 26 from the field is Eckerd, 14 of 26 for Embry Riddle. We'll look at the half stats when we come back. And instead at the half, 38 to 20 your score. Embry Riddle up over Eckerd. We'll be right back with about 5 minutes to go here in this, here to start off the second half. 5-minute bit of a downtime here as both teams are in the locker room, but we'll be right back. Alex and I will break down the numbers. You're watching the NCAA Division II Women's South Regional Quarterfinal.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
One out of 4 young adults will experience a depressive episode by their mid-20s. If you feel that symptoms such as anxiety, insomnia, loss of interest, and lack of appetite are messing with your head, then break free. Take an anonymous depression screening at www.collegeresponse.org.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experience as possible.
Steve Beverly. I've been a sports broadcaster and producer for nearly 50 years. I've had some wonderful memories, but I've also had some personal battles. In the last 25 years, my biggest battle has been depression, but I'm living proof that with the right medication and good therapy, you can overcome it and live a rich, full, and happy life. Depression can strike any of us, but you can overcome it. Just remember, you can't get well if you don't get help.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Your life can change in a split second. It was a normal day. I never thought I'd change someone's life forever. I only looked down for a second. If I could just take back those few seconds, I would. Don't text and drive. No text is worth the risk.
Hello, I'm Steve Beverly, welcoming you to the 2018 edition of the NCAA Women's Division II South Regionals. This year's event is on the beautiful campus of Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Jackson is a growing city on I-40 between Memphis and Nashville. On any given day, more than 100,000 people are employed here. It's a great venue and a wonderful city, and we hope you just sit back and enjoy the games.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay, get in the way, and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am? I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
From court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go? Let's have some fun.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
It's halftime here at Union University's Fred DeLay Gymnasium. Embry Riddle, the Eagles, up 18 points, 38-20 over the Eckerd Tritons. And what a first half we saw from Embry Riddle, holding Eckerd to only 20 points as we take a look at the at-the-half stats. Honestly, Alex, Eckerd shot 31%, had 10 turnovers, and what does Eckerd need to do in this second half to get back in this ball game?
Eckerd really needs to play more confidently. I don't think they're really playing confidently on the offensive end. Defensively, they're doing okay, but okay is not going to get you into the next round. They need to play better defensively as far as closing out on outside shooters, making sure you close out when they swing the ball around. Whether you saw it at the end, they tried to go through a 2-3 zone. Embry Riddle still found easy buckets. something's got to change defensively to slow Embry Riddle down and get them off their rhythm.
And you look at the stats, Embry Riddle, shot 54% from the field in the first half, 14 of 26. They were 5 of 11 from downtown. Out-rebounded Eckerd 18-10. Forced 10 turnovers, and honestly, Eckerd's had opportunities. And you look at Chelsea Johnson, she's really struggled from the field, 0 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from downtown, and she's got to get more involved if Eckerd wants to get back in this game.
Yeah, and she's capable of doing that. Both her and Casey Jude are very capable of taking over a basketball game, and it's just a matter, like I talked about, playing confidently. However, credit Embry Riddle. They came to play in this game, waiting around, being in this gym all day long, talking to some of the coaches before. They've been tuning into some of the earlier games just to kind of get a feel for what's to come. But to be here all day, to be they're from Florida. They had to travel all day a couple of days ago to get here, and then to come out in the last game of the day and be snap of a finger, ready to play just like that, that's pretty impressive. And Eckerd, on the flip side, it's taken them a while to get into their game plan. In the second half, I think adjustments are going to be key, and it's going to be the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. If Embry Riddle can stay in their rhythm, can stay in their offensive flow, then this game's probably going to be over. But if Eckerd's got to come out and win the next 4 minutes to climb back into this game.
7 Eagles have scored in this game. Sandstrom leads all scorers with 10 points, and going down the list, Fields with 7, Ellenberger with 5, Tucker with 5, Whiting, Emmett Williams with 4, Koopman with 3. For Eckerd, it's Denon and Jude with 5 each, 4 for White-Eye and 3 each for Dickerson and Richards. So second half about to get underway, 38-20 the score. It's an 18-point game, and we'll go ahead and take you around the NCAA South Region. If you're just tuning in, the South Region tournament opened with a bang. Lee upsetting North Alabama 66-64 after North Alabama's Emma Wallen missed free throws with a chance to tie the game. A great game we saw to open up the South Region tournament. Then Valdosta State upsetting Florida Southern, the SSC champions. Final score 63-60, and then the Union Lady Bulldogs, the host Lady Bulldogs, with a dominating 94-50 win over Clark Atlanta. And this game, Embry Riddle, Eckerd, the winner, will face the Lady Bulldogs in the semifinals tomorrow night at 7:30 Central Time. Alex and I will have the call on that game. So it's Eckerd ball to start the third quarter, and it'll be Yalchin. Working for it down low is Antela. She gets it, now swings it back out to Johnson. On the drive is Yalchin. Jude swings to Johnson. Johnson step back tray, short. Rebound to Jude, kicks it to Johnson. She goes up, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. So second chance opportunity there for Eckerd. So in that first half, both teams only with 2 offensive boards.
Well, and a even better opportunity right now for Chelsea Johnson to see that basketball go through the rim uncontested.
Johnson 0 of 7 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. This will be her first attempt at the charity stripe, and it's good. Johnson, a 67% free throw shooter, coming off of a season-high 20 points in her last game played. Averages close to 16 a game against the Eagles. Had 18 points in the first meeting and 9 in the second. Goes 2 of 2 at the line. Bit of a press look here for the Tritons, and it's stolen. Jude anticipated that perfectly. She'll drive and she'll finish, and it's a 14-point game.
And this is exactly what I wanted to see out of Eckerd, was some sort of defensive adjustment. And you see right here, the pressure, it's working, creating turnovers and going the other way.
Intercepting passes on back-to-back possessions. Right corner 3, it's long. Rebound goes to Donnan. Johnson going up, no good. Jude with the follow. And timeout called. It's a 6-0 run to start the quarter for the Tritons. They look like an entirely new team. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. 12-point game, 38-26.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
There you see Coach Hohensinger in the huddle with his Tritons. His 12th season at the helm, and now taking things over to the Embry Riddle side of things. Daniel Potts is with us, and Daniel, Coach Wilson, Embry Riddle perhaps surprised by the start here in this second half of play. What did Coach Wilson have to say to her girls?
Well, she wants them to be more aggressive because right now they're the least aggressive, and she just wants them to settle down and remember to play within themselves, even though that they're getting much more of a stronger performance against this half.
All right, now Chloe Bitters will join us, and Chloe, Coach Hohensinger got to be pleased with the effort he's seen to start off the second half.
Logan, the coach said that they need to lock down defensively and get rebounds, and that they came out with really good energy and to just keep up the good work.
There you have it. Eckerd in the press look. This time it's Embry Riddle breaking the press. They'll set up the offense. Huge matchup down low between Fields and Antela. Fields working for it. They're looking to give her the ball. 7 to shoot. Ellenberger, right side, working against Johnson. Solid defense by the Tritons, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. It'll be Triton ball.
New half, new team. This Eckerd Triton unit made some adjustments, and it's almost just like they turned on a switch. And just like that, Eckerd down 12 with the basketball, right back in this ball game. And just like Chloe was saying, it's the defensive effort. There's a reason defense wins championships is a saying, is because in order to have success, it all starts with your effort on the defensive end of the basketball.
Ellenberger checks out, McWilliams checks in for the Eagles. Top of the key. Johnson on the drive, goes up, and it'll be a charge. Foul will go against Johnson.
And just by, I mean, you look down low at where the towel manager is, where he was wiping up some of the sweat on the court. It looked as if the call was right on or right in the restricted area. So Embry Riddle might have gotten away with one right there.
It was a close call, to say the least, but it'll be Eagle ball here the other way. On the drive and stopped was Tucker. On top of the key. To the left side now, here is Sandstrom. Fields against Antilla. 5 to shoot. Whiting loses the handle, gonna have to force one, and it's gonna be well short. Shot clock violation. This Eckerd defense, Alex, has played extremely well to start off this third quarter.
Well, that's 2 straight possessions that they forced Embry Riddle into a shot clock violation. And it really doesn't get better than that. That's exactly what you want if you're Coach Hohensinger.
So it's Triton ball, chance to cut this to 10 or perhaps 9. They're going to get Sandstrom with the foul. That'll be her second, and checking out will be Whiting. Ellenberger checks back in. Sets inbounded is Yalchin. Gets it in to Antilla. So Eckerd has picked up the intensity on the defensive side of the ball. We'll see what they can do offensively. Yalchin with a drive, kicks it. Shot rims out. That was Antilla with a shot. Eckerd with the offensive board. Yalchin right side 3, good.
And the momentum has shifted drastically as it's a 9-0 run. More importantly, Embry Riddle scoreless in this third quarter.
Almost a reverse of what we saw in the first quarter. Embry Riddle opened up the opening frame on a 13-0 run, and on the drive, they're going to get Denon with the foul. That'll be her first. Denon, the junior from Israel, transfer from Weber State. Ellenberger with it. Inside. They're going to get Antela with a hold. That'll be her second.
Both teams haven't yet to really worry about foul trouble. I'm looking on the stats. Really, the only person in trouble is Dickerson for Eckerd with 3.
Ellenberger short. Johnson with a rebound, but you're right. A few others with 2. You got Johnson and Jude with 2. For Embry Riddle, Sandstrom with 2. Also for Eckerd Antela with 2 as well. Another foul here. It'll be McWilliams picking up her first. So it'll be Eagle ball on the side, Eckerd ball on the side. Set to inbound is Johnson.
What a performance in this quarter just by Eckerd in general. Letting that defense transition into offense, and you can just feel the energy. They want it more right now.
Here's Denon on the drive. It's poked loose, and it's a turnover.
Great active hands right there from the Eagles. Able to strip that ball and create another turnover, but here comes that pressure from Eckerd.
Yeah, full court pressure and a half, man to man. Ellenberger almost trapped, able to get it out. A nice pass and the finish by Sandstrom.
That's how you beat a press. You pass out of it, get an open look.
Quick ball movement by the Eagles leads to a bucket. They're up 11. Working it inside to Antela, and I believe they're going to say it was last touch by Fields, as it will be out of bounds underneath with 18 to shoot. Tucker inbounds it, working it about around the perimeter. Here's Johnson, 7 to shoot. On the drive, left corner, Denon. 3 to shoot. Gonna be forced to get one up, and Eckerd, not really great situational awareness there. It's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, Antela had zero idea what time was on the shot clock. And that's just a mental lapse right there.
So Embry Riddle countering the run by Eckerd, picking up the pace on the defensive side of the ball. It'll be a travel as Fields gets called with too many steps.
Yep, picked up both of her pivot feet. If you catch the saying, there's no such thing as 2 pivot feet. You only get 1.
So now here's Yalchin for the Tritons. Coming up on a media timeout here at the Fred DeLay Gym. Here's Jude, top of the key. Right side of the court is heavy right now. Jude driving the middle. Tough shot, no good. And the rebound goes to Tucker. Ellenberger on the drive, kicks it out. Inside to Fields. A nice pass led her right to the bucket, and she finishes.
A beautiful entry pass. A great seal right there by Fields. She's very physical down low in the post. Does a good job of using her body.
Give Fields 9.
Eckerd really needs a response in this offensive possession.
Johnson on the drive. And it's going to be a blocking foul.
Both Johnson and, who was it? I believe, was it Sandstrom hit the deck hard.
Yeah, both players slow to get up, and Johnson gonna walk it off a little bit. And we're going to have a media timeout. Eckerd opened up the quarter on a 9-0 run, but the Eagles will go to the line the chance to increase their run to 6-0. They lead 42-29 here at the NCAA South Region Tournament. It's the NCAA South Region Tournament quarterfinal. Embry Riddle up 42-29 over Eckerd. The winner of this game will face the host Union Lady Bulldogs tomorrow night at 7:30 Central Time. So Alex, Embry Riddle going to the line to shoot 2 after this timeout. They responded well after, for the majority of the third quarter, being held scoreless.
Yeah, they have, and it's just been a matter of getting back to their simple fact of really getting it inside. You know, you saw that specific play where they dumped it down low to Fields and she got the easy bucket. And it's just going to take more of that, honestly, Logan, for Embry Riddle, just to really just play simple basketball, go back to what they were doing in the first half, move the basketball, keep it, you know, really provide a good team effort. But right now, the momentum, in my opinion, is still with Eckerd. They've come out in this half, and they've played harder, they've played smarter, and they've really gotten after it on the defensive end.
So Johnson to shoot 2, hits the first. Johnson 2 of 2 at the charity stripe, now 3 of 3. And Johnson goes 2 of 2. Also misspoke when I said Embry Riddle would go to the line, but instead it was Eckerd. So Eckerd 2-3 look now. And forcing a turnover there. So it'll be Eckerd ball now after Embry Riddle turns it over for the 6th time this quarter. Trying to work it inside there was Abbott, but it's knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Tritons. 11-point game here. Eckerd has trimmed their once 20-point deficit all the way down to, it was as low as 9, but it stayed around it has stayed around the 9 to 11, 12-point range. Shot no good. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it'll be Eagle basketball.
There's one thing Eckerd is doing well. They're not grabbing all of the rebounds, but they are definitely crashing the offensive glass. And at this point, it just boils down to effort, Logan. It's the tournament game. It's March. It's nothing really more from an X and O's standpoint that these two teams don't know about each other. It's really just going to come down to who's going to play harder.
Eagles working the ball around, looking for the open shot. And the shot is good by Tucker.
Patience is key with Embry Riddle. When they work the ball down to the end of the shot clock, that's when they really find the holes in Eckerd's defense, and they get a good quality look.
13-point game, Abbott with it left side. Now top of the key. Johnson on the drive, goes up, no good. And Ellenberger hammered on the way down. That'll be Janae with the foul. That'll be her 3rd.
Talked about crashing the boards tough. Janae came flying in there, and Ellenberger caught the rough end of that one.
So Antela checks out. Zoe Richards checks in. And for Embry Riddle, Ellenberger will check out. Tucker with it. Now here's McWilliams in the game. Whiting on the left side, and it's going to be Ackerman as well as Koopman The 5 out there for the Eagles. There's going to be a foul called. And that will go against Abbott. That will be, excuse me, not Abbott. That is Wide-Eye. It's Whiting at the line, shooting 2, missing the first.
And back into the game for Embry Riddle, Tara Fields. And she has the ability to really bust this game wide open with her offensive dominance. If Embry Riddle can get the ball down low to Fields, she's got a chance to really take over. I like this matchup between her and Richards down low.
So it's Eckerd ball here. Dickerson back in the game. Top of the key, Jude. Jude driving left. Swings it right side, Dickerson. Takes the 3, good. Dallas Dickerson, a 39% three-point shooter, connects with her second 3 of the game.
Yeah, coming off the bench, Dickerson's played really well. Now she's stuck with a couple of fouls, but doing a good job off the bench.
Fields working for it down low, can't handle it. And it's gonna go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles.
But you can see, very similar to the very first game we saw between UNA and Lee, Embry Riddle applying the method of trying to get the ball at least one post touch every possession.
Under 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter of action. Eagles holding on to an 11-point lead, and it's going to be an illegal screen on Tara Fields. For Fields, only her first foul. So it'll be Triton ball. Looking to cut the lead to at least 9. Jude on the drive, stops, throws it up, no good. But she got fouled, and she'll head to the line to shoot 2. Foul will go against Ackerman. So Jude will go to the line. And the first one, a high arcing free throw, goes in. It's Jude's first trip to the line tonight. 65% free throw shooter. Second of 2, rims out. And here come the Eagles the other way. A lot of cuts, a lot of off-ball movement for the Eagles. Sandstrom on the drive against Dickerson, and she will get fouled. Actually, no. Foot was on the line, and it's going to go the other way.
Yep, stepped out of bounds. Good job from Eckerd, just pushing that basketball down low, and almost a quick steal. It is a steal.
Great hustle there by Sabrina Whiting. Minute to play here in this third quarter. Embry Riddle looking to extend their 10-point lead with this possession. It's a key defensive possession here for Eckerd. And there's going to be a foul. It'll be Whiting.
And now both teams in the bonus, so free throws ensuing for the remainder of 54 seconds.
It won't be Whiting, it's Richards. Getting my number 22s confused. And Fields will go to the line to shoot 2. No good on the first. Fields now 1 of 3 at the charity stripe.
Yeah, despite being their leading scorer, Fields only a 66% free throw shooter. Not too dependable at the line.
Second one misses long. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to stay with the Eagles. Tough break there. That one went off of Abby Wide-Eye.
Yeah, if you're Coach Hohensinger, you just hate those scenarios. You got to grab those rebounds. Every possession in a game like this, specifically when you're trailing, trying to come back, they matter so much. They're so precious.
Koopman thought about it. Now they get it inside the field. She can't handle it. Bit too much on the pass, and it's going to be a turnover.
Turnovers are piling up for both teams. For Embry Riddle, that's their 17th turnover in the game.
Wow, 15 for Eckerd.
Yeah,
that's
it's
not the prettiest game here, but
not
Embry
at
Riddle.
all.
Embry Riddle holding on to the lead.
But like I always say, that's March.
8-second difference between the shot and game clock. Left corner, no good. And they're going to call a foul.
See who they get it on. It's going to put someone at the free throw line, and that's going to see, yep. That's on Sandstrom, and it'll send Jude to the free throw line.
For Sandstrom, that's a huge foul. That's number 4. The only Eagle that's really in foul trouble here. That's a huge 4th foul. She leads all scorers with 12 points. Jude, no good. Tucker and Ellenberger check in. Sandstrom and Lighting check out. Dickerson checks out, as well as Richards, Ansela, as well as Chelsea Johnson in the game. So Jude will go to the line to shoot one more. She's 1 of 3 at the charity stripe. Eckerd, their 10th attempt at the line. They've hit 6. Make it 7. 9-point game. It'll be Eagle ball for the last possession of the 3rd quarter. Left side, now on the drive. It's McWilliams, kicks it out to Fields. 5 to shoot. The 3 straight away, a little long. Rebound will go to White-Eye, and that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. So Eckerd doing a better job in this second half of play. They outscore Embry Riddle 16-7 in the 3rd frame. Going now to the 4th quarter. 10 minutes remain in the NCAA South Region quarterfinals. It's Embry Riddle holding on to a 9-point lead.
1 out of 4 young adults will experience a depressive episode by their mid-20s. If you feel that symptoms such as anxiety, insomnia, loss of interest, and lack of appetite are messing with your head, then break free. Take an anonymous depression screening at www.collegeresponse.org.
10 minutes remain in the South Region quarterfinal game between Embry Riddle and Eckerd. Eckerd was down by as many as 20 points, but they've scratched and clawed back, and it's a 9-point game. So, Alex, an exciting 10 minutes of basketball remain. Embry Riddle only scoring 7 points in that 3rd quarter, and they've kind of gone cold offensively, turning the ball over 8 times in that quarter.
Yeah, not the best quarter for Embry Riddle. They allowed Eckerd to get back into this game. Now the big question is, 1, can Eckerd make this final push and really climb back in order to tie this game and make this a ball game coming down the stretch? Or 2, can Embry Riddle put this thing away?
The Eagles only shot the ball 5 times in that 3rd quarter. They hit 3 of them, granted. They missed a couple of threes. Now Daniel Potts joins us, and Daniel, what did the coach have to say to his team in the huddle?
Well, she just reminded her team that this is just basketball and that they just need to play. And in this last quarter, she just wants to let the game come to them.
There's Daniel Potts, and as Embry Riddle inbounds, Chloe. Coach Hohensinger, what did he have to say to his team in the huddle there?
Logan, coach said that they have to be in control of the ball. He encouraged them about the rebounding, said they're doing great. It's all about the rebounding, and continue getting to the line and stopping the clock.
Rebounding in that quarter was 6-3 in favor of Eckerd. And the basket there cuts the lead down to 7. Eckerd not going away here. It's Johnson with a jumper, give her 6 now. Ellenberger in the corner trap, Fields. Ball is loose, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession will go to Eckerd.
It really just has been a tale of 2 teams. for the Eckerd Tritons in this game. Embry Riddle struggled a little bit in the second half, but they've had some bright spots. Eckerd has just transformed into a brand new team, and I don't know if this is just what they're normally accustomed to. I think so, because in the first half, this is not the team we saw at all.
Eckerd in the first half had 10 turnovers, 5 here in the second half. They were 8 of 26 from the field. Now they're 5 of 13, make it 5 of 14, as Johnson misses that one short. Inside, trying to work it to Fields, but Antela will get called with a hold.
I do like the strategy, though, that Chloe mentioned from Coach Honsinger, as far as just get to the free throw line. Here's why. The clock stops, and you have an opportunity for points. It's as simple as that. That's probably their easiest bet right now. And Eckerd, so far, did a decent job of that in the third quarter, but as long as they attack the basket, good things will happen.
They finally get it down low to Fields, and she capitalizes.
And she is so good when she gets a good seal down low. By a good seal, I mean when she has the ball deep down into the post and has the defender backed up against her or backed away from her, she's almost automatic.
Jude, no good. They're going to get a foul called on Tara Fields. That'll be her second. Team's first in this fourth quarter. It'll be Yalchin. Set to inbound it underneath. They get it to Johnson. Tough layup, no good. Gets her own rebound. Goes back up. Good. 7-point game. Full court press employed here by the Tritons. And Embry Riddle throwing it away. It's Whiting. Miscommunication there between Whiting and Ellenberger. Now a chance to make this either a 5 or a 4-point game here. Yalchin right side. Now dribbles left. On the drive, hesitates. Jumper, good. Abby Whiteye. Give her 6 points, and it's a 5-point game.
Right back into this ball game.
Embry Riddle loses the handle. Whiting loses it. Jude with a steal. Chance to make this a one-possession game. Johnson right corner, no good.
Not a chance.
Chelsea Johnson has struggled from 3 today. 0 of 5, now 2 of 14 from the field.
You could tell right as she released that, she just didn't get enough legs underneath it.
So again, Tritons back to the full court press. They inbound it to Fields. And the Eagles break the press. Here's McWilliams. Ellenberger top of the key against Jude. Working the ball now, 10 to shoot. Fields right elbow, pulls up, no good, missed it long. Not the greatest shot selection there. It's Eckerd the other way. Jude with it left side. Now here's Yalchin going to get the play call from Coach Honsinger. Yalchin left corner, no good. And Embry Riddle with the rebound. So Eckerd, they've had a couple of opportunities to get back in the game, unable to connect. On the drive is Ashley McWilliams. It doesn't fall, but she's going to go to the line to shoot 2. McWilliams, this will be her first trip to the charity stripe. A 73% free throw shooter. Hits the first. As we've seen in previous games today, free throws are crucial in tournament situation. 2 of 2 at the line is McWilliams. Johnson across the timeline. Fakes the handoff, drives to the basket. It's good, and they will count it.
What a turnaround for this Triton team. Making the halftime adjustments, coming out here playing with energy, playing with passion, playing for one another. And Eckerd to the point where they're about to make a run that would not surprise me if this game is tied in the next couple of minutes.
So going to the line to shoot one more is Johnson. She's 4 of 4 at the line today. Looking to make this a 4-point game. She does. Eckerd back to the press. Checking back in for Embry Riddle is Sandstrom with 4 fouls. So she's having to play careful here. Eagles get it across the timeline. Thought about it there was Tucker. She's hung up. Now here's Ellenberger, right side, 10 to shoot. McWilliams thought about it. Now Sandstrom takes the 3, left side, no good. Might have been tipped partially, and Ellenberger will get called with a foul. That'll be her second.
Just not a smart foul right there from Ellenberger. All the way on the other end of the floor, committing the foul.
Embry Riddle in the second half, Alex, they've only shot the ball 9 times, and they have 11 turnovers.
Yep.
That's been the key. This Triton defense has picked up the intensity in the second half. 4-point game, an opportunity for the Tritons to make it a 1-possession game. Johnson left side. And a foul on, I believe, if that's Sandstrom, that's going to be her 5th. It is.
That's a huge blow right there for the Eagles. Huge.
So Whiting
Sandstrom played great today.
Whiting will check in. Sandstrom with 5 fouls. She checks out with 12 points. She was 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown. Added 4 rebounds and 4 assists. She led all scorers with 12 points. So now we'll see what the Tritons do here. Down 4. Jude on the drive. Baseline, good. And it's a 1-possession game. Tritons go back to the press look. Eckerd has scratched and clawed back into this game. Skip pass, left side. Now Ellenberger to Whiting, thought about it. Right side, they get it down low to Fields. Fields traveled. Another turnover for the Eagles, 12 in this second half. And it'll be Eckerd ball with a chance to tie the game for the first time.
12 in this second half, 21 turnovers as a unit.
Jude with it top of the key. Media timeout at the next dead ball. Wide eye. Now to Yalchin. Uses the screen. Fakes, bounce pass, wide eye, layup, and it's a tie game.
And I'm not surprised in the least bit, Logan. This Eckerd team, you can feel it. They've been here before. This is a tournament team.
All tied up here at Union's Friend-to-Lay Gymnasium. The winner of this game will face the Lady Bulldogs tomorrow. All tied up at 49. Exciting finish ahead. You don't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Well, at one point, Eckerd was down 20, but they've outscored Embry Riddle 29-11 in this second half. With 4:36 to go, it's all knotted up at 49 all. And Alex, the Tritons switched to a press, and it's given the Eagles fits. Eagles with 12 turnovers in this half after only having 9 in the first.
They've just been piling on the turnovers left and right, and there's really no source of offense coming from the Lady Eagles. And what it's boiled down to is they've tried to go back to their simple style of offense, what I thought was going to be a huge success for them, and trying to get the ball down low to Fields, and it just hasn't worked. They're still turning the ball over, even in the half-court game, Logan.
So Daniel, in the Embry Riddle huddle there, It almost feels like a reversal of fortune, so to speak. The first half, it was all Embry Riddle. Now this half, it's all Eckerd. Now down the stretch, what did the coach have to say to her team?
Well, she told them that, their opponents have fought back. There's no way around that. She told them they've got 4 minutes to play the best basketball of their life.
There you have it, Daniel Potts.
That's right. Turn on the Jets, because in 4 minutes, someone's going home.
Bit of a matchup zone look here by the Tritons. Ellenberger 3 to shoot. Straightaway 3, long, but Embry Riddle gets the rebound. That's Whiting with it. Whiting going to set up the offense. Working it around the perimeter. Fields cutting baseline. Now posting up. Ellenberger still with it. The zone is giving the Eagles fits. Ellenberger on the drive. Left corner. 3. Short by McWilliams. And a rebound. Going to be a foul called on the rebound. I believe they're going to get Yalchin. They will. It'll be her second.
And Coach Hohensinger in disbelief. So take a look right there. But credit Embry Riddle keeping the possession alive. And then I know we don't keep a stat for it, but there's some hustle points right there on the board.
Rebounding battle, 25-21 in favor of Embry Riddle. Ellenberger gets it in. Now gets it at the top of the key. Fields working for it down low. They get it to her. It's tipped away, out of bounds, and it will stay with the Eagles. Good defense there by the Tritons and good help.
Another thing, too, that won't show up on a stat sheet is Eckerd does a good job of making Embry Riddle go way deep into the shot clock before taking a shot.
Fields up and under, no good. Fight for the rebound, it's secured by Jude. Skip pass. And time called as the shot clock didn't get underway. So this will give Embry Riddle a chance to set up their defense here. So referees convene. Should be around the 26-25 range.
It's probably to Eckerd's benefit that they stopped play because they were struggling. It was going to be a close violation to get it over the timeline. They were running out of time quick.
They put 25 on the shot clock. Huge position for Eckerd. Embry Riddle has led for the entirety of this game. Here's Yalchin, the senior from Turkey. 3 minutes to go here. Cross-court pass, Yalchin on the drive. Hesitates, goes up, no good.
Beautiful hesitation, but just a blown opportunity at the rim.
Inside Fields, and it will go out of bounds. Will stay with the Eagles.
And something's happened, and Fields has struggled just maintaining control of the basketball, really, Logan.
Don't know if it's nerves. Don't know if passes are coming in at a weird trajectory. But to me, it looks like the passes have been coming in just fine, just unable to hold on to them. So here we go, top of the key, Whiting. Now they get it to Fields. She secures it. Off the backboard, no good. She'll get her own rebound, and she'll put it back. 51-49, 2-point lead. Yalchin with it. On the drive, left side. Getting close to 2 minutes here. Wide-eye on the drive. The freshman has played significant minutes down the stretch for Eckerd. On the drive is Jude. She'll go up. Count it, and the foul.
And the senior showing why she's the leader on this team. Putting the team on her back, driving in, and making a big-time play in a crucial moment of this game.
Jude, the senior, the 3-year starter, hits the free throw, gives Eckerd their first lead of the ball game. A press look here, 2 minutes remaining. Across the timeline.
They're denying Ellenberger the basketball. the facilitator, the floor general.
It'll be McWilliams top of the key. His own look here. Ellenberger thought about it. Now McWilliams, 8 to shoot. Ellenberger, good. Embry Riddle regains the 2-point lead. Now here we go. It's getting down to crunch time. 1.5 minutes remains here in this quarterfinal game. Winner goes on to play the number 1 seeded Lady Bulldogs tomorrow night at 7:30. Wide-eye with it left side. Working against Whiting. Now here's Yalchin wanting a screen. She gets it. 8 to shoot. Right side Johnson. She'll take the 3. No good. But the rebound secured by Eckerd. They'll have a fresh 30. Huge rebound. Now with 1 minute to play. Johnson on the drive. Left side. Wide-eye with it. 12 to shoot. Johnson again on the drive. Kicks it to Antilla, and it's no good. Embry Riddle with the rebound. Shot clock not dead yet. 40 seconds to play in this game. Ellenberger will take her time. No rush. Her Eagles are ahead by 2. Almost a foul there. This is Tucker now. Whiting, 5 to shoot. Yalchin on her. Step back, good defense, and it's going to be a travel. A little under 17 seconds remaining.
Yep. Clear travel. Change the pivot foot.
Eckerd will use one of their final 2 timeouts. So let's go ahead and reset here. 54-52. Eagles ahead. Little under 17 seconds to go. Now if you're Eckerd, Alex Jude has played extremely well in the second half. 16 points, 9 rebounds, 6 of 13 shooting. Do you think that is who the Tritons will go to here?
100%. It has to be. I mean, you look at also Johnson, who's got 11 points in this game, and she's great when she drives into the lane, but I can't expect that Jude's not going to at least get a look on the offensive end. She's great around the rim. Now, whether she's the first look, I don't know, but Jude has got to at least get a touch and look to drive to the basket. I think if you're Embry Riddle, you pack it in. You want to force Eckerd to take some sort of mid-range to outside jumper. You don't want to allow the Tritons to get inside close to the basket.
So there you have it. Eagles have struggled in this half. 7 points in the third quarter, 9 points in the fourth quarter. They relied on their defense to get ahead in the first half. They're going to need to rely on their defense here. 17 seconds. Now, Alex, another thing, too. How soon do you start to drive the basket and get an open look?
I say it needs to be quick. It doesn't need to be immediate. But I say at least at 11 seconds to 10 seconds, your play should already be developed and you should be heading to the hole.
A 2-point game here. Both teams with 1 timeout left. Eckerd in the bonus. So a foul would put them at the line with a chance to tie the game. And of course, if a made basket goes through, Coach Wilson could opt to burn her final timeout for advancement. So here we go. Inbounded to Johnson. Johnson top of the key. Uses the screen. Goes to the rim. She goes up, and it'll be a charge.
And I'd love to look at it again, but still, great presence of mind to step in there, stay strong, and take that charge.
So it will be Eagle basketball. Still plenty of time, though. 12.7 ticks remain. Full court press look by Eckerd. You got to look to foul here, or get a steal off the inbound. They get it in, and it's going to be a foul. Not a lot of time went off the clock there. It's going to be Whiting to go to the line for the Eagles. A chance to put her team up by 4.
I believe they still got one more foul. Or was that the 5th?
I believe that was the 5th. That's what the board has. It's what we have here as well. And that's what they'll do. They'll march it down. So Whiting will go to the line. 1 of 2 at the charity stripe today. As a whole, the Eagles are 67%, 8 of 12.
And how ironic that we started the afternoon off with a game that depended on free throws, and just in great fashion that we end today with a game that also depending on free throws.
So here we go, Whiting, an 81% free throw shooter. Good on the first. Whiting, the senior, 4-year starter. She's been in situations like this before. Second of 2. Good. And Coach Hohensinger will use the timeout for advancement. Again, still plenty of time left here, Alex. 11.5 seconds. But the question is, do you drive the basket or do you shoot the 3?
Quick 2. You want to extend this game as much as you can. Looking at the numbers real quick, I mean, Eckerd's only shooting 28% from the 3. There's really no one, I mean, unless you get Dickerson a look, she's the only one that's been consistent behind the arc. But with a 4-point lead, the safe bet is to try to get to either the free throw line or get an easy bucket, and then just try to make this, again, a very long 11.5 seconds.
And again, we saw this earlier, too. North Alabama, they were up by 4 with about this much time remaining in the game. Or, excuse me, North Alabama was down 4. There we go.
There it is.
That's right. It's been a long day, folks.
I was like, I don't think I remember that one.
Yeah. Lee was up 4, but North Alabama quickly cut it to 2, then got the turnover. So anything is possible here, folks. So Johnson set to inbound it. She'll get it in. Jude with it on the floor. And it's going to be a jump ball. Possession will go to the Eagles.
Right idea, just poor execution. Jude was right there, but just a quick turnover, and that might just do it.
They're going to get a foul called here on Johnson. That'll be her 4th. So no time coming off the clock, but going to the line to shoot 2 will be Ellenberger. This will be her first trip to the line. She's a 79% free throw shooter. So 9 ticks remaining. Ellenberger going to the line. A chance to put this game perhaps out of reach. Winner of this game will play the number 1 seeded Union Lady Bulldogs tomorrow night at 7:30. Ellenberger good on the first. Makes it a 5-point game. Ellenberger, the junior from Granger, Indiana. No good on the second. Jude with the rebound. She has to hurry. 6 to shoot. Johnson with it left side. She'll drive. Pull-up jumper. No good. Jude with the rebound. She'll go up. It's good. 3-point game with 6/10 remaining. It's inbounded, and they're going to get a foul. We'll see if they wave it off. 57-54 is the score, but we'll see if they'll put more time on the clock. Both these teams are already shaking hands, and they're going to call the game. That's a final. 57-54, Embry Riddle pulling away with the win. They led by as many as 20 points, but somehow, some way, when it came crunch time, whenever Eckerd made their comeback, Embry Riddle held true and won by 3. They'll advance to the semifinals tomorrow night. They will face the number 1 seed and host Union Lady Bulldogs here on the campus at Union University. We'll get Alex Northcutt's interview with Coach Lisa Nuxel-Wilson here in just a second as they get into place. And we're going to go ahead and take it to Alex Northcutt right now.
All right, I'm here with Coach Wilson. Coach Wilson, first off, congratulations on the tournament win. Now, this was a game in which you started off strong. Eckerd came back and responded in the second half. Talk about how your team finished this game.
We hit some free throws down the stretch and took care of the ball, but I knew Eckerd was going to do that. They got a ton of heart, and they're a very good team, and this is the 4th time we played. We knew they weren't going to just, lay down and say, okay. But we got to do a better job down the stretch taking care of the ball and handling that pressure. But I'm really proud of our girls for doing what we had to do down the stretch to get the win.
From a physical standpoint, you played a really tough game here tonight that was physically demanding. How do you prepare again for tomorrow?
We just got to turn around, have mental toughness, and be ready to go. It's that time of year. You got to play back-to-back, and our bench has got to be ready.
All right, congratulations again, Coach. See you tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we return, myself and Logan will break down this game, and then we'll preview for tomorrow's games coming up for the South Regional Tournament semifinal. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
Steve Beverly. I've been a sports broadcaster and producer for nearly 50 years. I've had some wonderful memories, but I've also had some personal battles. In the last 25 years, my biggest battle has been depression, but I'm living proof that with the right medication and good therapy, you can overcome it and live a rich, full, and happy life. Depression can strike any of us, but you can overcome it. Just remember, you can't get well if you don't get help.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Your life can change in a split second. It was a normal day. I never thought I'd change someone's life forever. I only looked down for a second. If I could just take back those few seconds, I would. Don't text and drive. No text is worth the risk.
Hello, I'm Steve Beverly, welcoming you to the 2018 edition of the NCAA Women's Division II South Regionals. This year's event is on the beautiful campus of Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Jackson is a growing city on I-40 between Memphis and Nashville. On any given day, more than 100,000 people are employed here. It's a great venue and a wonderful city, and we hope you just sit back and enjoy the game.
Welcome back into the Fred DeLay Gymnasium here on the campus at Union University. It's a final. Embry Riddle beats Eckerd 57-54. He's Alex Northcutt. I'm Logan Whaley. And what a day we had. The NCAA South Region Tournament quarterfinals, and what a game we just saw. It was a game, it was a little weird, honestly. Embry Riddle got up by 20 early, but Eckerd made a great comeback in the second half. Tied the game, even took the lead, but ultimately Embry Riddle down the stretch played some clutch defense in order to secure the win.
And that's exactly why you play two halves. Again, you saw in the first half it was all Embry Riddle. They shot the ball well. They defended well. They did every little thing well. And then Eckerd decided, hey, you know what? We should probably compete or else our season's going to be over. And Eckerd fought back, tied the game, even took the lead at one point. And it just fell a little too shy at the end. But you've got to give every single player that stepped on the floor tonight so much credit, because this is why every single game coming down the stretch and every single minute of each game is so crucial. And why I love March so much is because there's so much passion, there's so much energy, there's so much that goes into all these games, so much preparation, and you just love to see all these players lay it on the line night in, night out.
Absolutely. And you take a look at the final stats first. We'll start with Eckerd. In the first half, 8 of 26 from the field, 3 of 10 from long range, 31%. 31% from the field. Bounce back in the second half, 12 of 29 for 41%, overall 20 of 55, 36%. They were 5 of 18 from downtown. And you look at the rebounding battle, the Eagles winning that one 28-25. Eckerd forced 22 turnovers, including 13 in the second half. Held Embry Riddle to 6 of 15 from the field, 1 of 6 from downtown in that second half. Created 13 turnovers, but ultimately that first half was just ultimately too much to overcome. And Eckerd, again, a great effort, a great season by the Tritons. They fall to 22-8 on the season, and it was after a year that they hosted the NCAA South Region Tournament 2017. And you look at Embry Riddle, what a year it's been. Their magical run continues. This is a team in their 4th season as a program. That's it, four seasons. They spent the first season in the NAIA, and then they move up to Division II this year. And sure enough, 24-7, and they're going to compete in the semifinals tomorrow night against Union University. So what a performance it was. Embry Riddle, again, a great performance, 28-25 on the rebound. Shot 20 of 41 from the field. They were led by Tara Fields, 13 points, 6 of 11 shooting, 6 rebounds. And then Sigrid Sandstrom fouled out but had 12 points. And they're going to need those 2 players tomorrow against Union.
That's correct. And you take a look at one thing, too. You look at the second chance points as Eckerd just fell short. That was huge. I'm taking a look at looking ahead tomorrow as Embry Riddle really needs to do a better job of rebounding. They controlled the boards for the most part tonight. And another thing, too, against Union, you can't come in to Union's gym, I can tell you that much, and turn the ball over 22 times and expect to be competitive. So I think, like Coach Wilson said, they knew what was coming. They were prepared, but it's just about executing the game plan, and they'll be prepared come tomorrow.
So there you have it. There's Alex Northcutt. I'm Logan Whaley, and we're going to take another commercial break. And when we come back, Alex and I will analyze the semifinal matchups for tomorrow. Going to be 2 exciting games. You don't want to miss it. So stay tuned. We'll have our final thoughts right after this.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay. Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
From court and lane to lane under the lights or under the sun. No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Back we are. It's a final 57-54, Embry Riddle over Eckerd. A great day for basketball. I mean, all, with the exception of one, all close games, all down to the wire. And really, what a great day of action it was in the NCAA South region. So to recap, number 6 Lee beating number 3 North Alabama, final score 66-64. And then in the second game, number 7 Valdosta State upsetting the reigning Sunshine State Conference champions. That is Florida Southern. Final score of that game, 63-60. And then you look at the host, Union Lady Bulldogs, an all-around dominating performance over the number 8 seed Clark Atlanta. 94-50 was the final. And of course, the last game we just saw, 57-54, Embry Riddle over Eckerd. So to set up the semifinals tomorrow night, for the first time since 2010, 3 Gulf South Conference teams are in the NCAA South Region semifinals. You've got Valdosta State and Lee. Tip-off for that game will be at 5 o'clock Central Time. And, Alex, both of those teams coming off of pretty emotional games, hard-fought games. So what can you expect to see from these 2 Gulf South Conference teams in the semifinals?
I really think both teams coming into this game with a lot of momentum, and I think they just continue that. I see Lee senior heavy, and even Valdosta State led by seniors as well. These are 2 experienced teams. It really is no surprise that they've made it this far. It's going to be an entertaining matchup, to say the least. Like we previewed earlier during the Union game, Carrie Cheeks, Maddie Mitchell. That is going to be a primetime matchup that the viewers are definitely going to want to keep an eye out on. 2
of the top post players in the Gulf South Conference.
Correct.
And then you look at the other matchup. You've got Union. You've got Embry Riddle. Embry Riddle almost saw a 20-point lead escape them tonight. And Union coming off of a dominating 94-50 performance. Embry Riddle, they're going to have to shoot the ball better, and they're going to have to take better care of the basketball tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think the biggest key is going to be who shoots the best. Union came in, you saw it, lit it up on the scoreboard. Tiffany Reaches, 5 threes in the game, 20 points overall. But Embry Riddle, as a team collectively, I mean, you saw in the first half, they shot 53%. And if they can replicate that tomorrow against Union, I mean, you see, this could go back and forth either way. And whoever can really, like I said, dictate the tempo of the game, whoever controls how the game flow goes, and if Embry Riddle gets hot shooting outside, it could be a competitive game.
So there you have it. There's Alex Northcutt. I'm Logan Whaley, and that'll wrap things up for us here at the table. It's day 1 of the NCAA South Region Tournament. Day 1 of the quarterfinals is complete. Be sure to come back tomorrow for the semifinals. 5 o'clock, Valdosta State and Lee. That will be Central Time. Alex Northcutt and Philip Tang will have the call on that. And, of course, Union, number 1 seed against number 4 Embry Riddle. That is tomorrow night at 7:30. You don't want to miss it. Exciting semifinal action coming up tomorrow night. He's Alex Northcutt. I'm Logan Whaley, wishing you a good night and happy March Madness.